We are now going to be representing the light-dependent reactions of photosynthesis, a process that begins when a photon of light from the sun strikes photosystem 2 within the thylakoid membrane. The electrons within photosystem 2 get excited. They are highly energized electrons. They get passed on to electron carrier number 1. Photosystem 2 must replace the electrons it lost, and it does this by taking a water molecule from the lumen, and photosystem 2 breaks this water molecule into its constituent particles, 2 hydrogen ions, which go into the lumen, as well as an oxygen ion atom, which gets released from the cell as a waste product. This enables photosystem 2 to replenish the electrons that it lost. Electron carrier number 1, plastoquinone, moves these high-energy electrons to cytochrome, the proton pump, who takes a proton from the stroma, where there's a low concentration of hydrogen ions, and it pumps the proton into the lumen, where there is a high concentration of ions. This is active transport because we are moving ions from an area of low concentration to high concentration, which uses energy and makes the electrons go lower to a ground state. Then, electron carrier number 2, plastocyanin, takes these low energy electrons and carries them to photosystem 1, who receives these low energy electrons and waits to be struck with a photon of light from the sun. When the photon of light strikes photosystem 1, the electrons get excited again. They're highly energized. They get moved to electron carrier number 3, ferredoxin, who moves them to electron carrier number 4, ferredoxin NADP+ reductase, who passes these high energy electrons to a molecule of NADP+, who accepts them, along with a proton, a hydrogen ion, from the lumen, and becomes NADPH. NADPH then goes and leaves to join the light-independent reactions of photosynthesis, where it will make sugars. We have now built up a high concentration of hydrogen ions inside of the lumen, whereas our stroma has a low concentration of hydrogen ions. These hydrogen ions in the lumen, in their high concentration, want to diffuse out of the lumen into the stroma. However, they're unable to pass through the thylakoid membrane because they're a charged ion. Thus, they must pass through a specialized protein channel, ATP synthase. A hydrogen ion from the lumen approaches ATP synthase, and ATP synthase will rotate like a turbine, and it will move the hydrogen ion out of the lumen into the stroma. The energy that was created by this rotation will be used to turn adenosine diphosphate into adenosine triphosphate, who will leave to join the light-independent reactions with NADPH. Thus, we have used the energy from the sun in order to turn ADP and NADP+ into the high-energy carrying molecules ATP and NADPH, which will be used to make sugars in the light-independent reactions.